Yourself, and most of the times because of others, isn't fair to yourself. You don't deserve that. Nobody deserves to hurt themselves. It's not fair. When you're 40 years old, you're going to see it, but right now you may not see it, but nobody deserves to have to hurt, especially to hurt themselves.
If you're going through this, there's always hope. There's always a way to change, and it just happens to be your choice. It's either you choose to stay or you choose to change. I mean, you can ask for help, but the people that help you can't fix it. So you have to be motivated within yourself to want something different and to want something better. And I believe anybody can change anything that they want about themselves. And if you don't like it, or if it's something you want to change, it's up to you and it's your choice.
There's hope for anyone involved in cutting. I got out of it. I was in so deep. Every day, it's to the point where all I thought about sometimes. And sure there is. Talk to someone. I think there's definitely hope. Talk to somebody and tell them how you feel. Because if you're cutting, there's a problem, maybe like there's something that could be fixed. It's not the end of the world. Everything will be okay, and cutting isn't the way to handle it.
I enjoy listening to what Jackie and Taylor had to share. What stood out to me, Amy, is what they had in common. The numbness, the permanent scarring, and the feeling of out of control as well.
Yes, and also the fact that what really turned their lives around was getting help, and not just any help, but good help, because there's definite do's and don'ts if you're a professional, a parent, or a friend. If you want to help someone who has a self-injury problem, don't issue ultimatums. Don't take it personally, and don't try to force a pact that they won't do it anymore. Do be supportive, be a good listener, and do offer alternative behaviors. We're going to go now to Susan Kleiman, an expert in her field, and hear more about self-injury.
Self-injury is a method that about 1% of our population uses in lieu of expressing their feelings. The self-injury has to do with hurting oneself or harming oneself, usually because it feels unsafe for the person to experience and express feelings any other way. Friends and parents might want to take heed if their child has changed the way they dress and begun to wear layers of clothing, clothing that covers all their body parts, doing things that might cover up bruises, even moving differently, because if they've bruised themselves or cut themselves in an area that maybe you can't see, it's not visible to you, they may feel it and then have to move differently because of that. So any change you see in the person could be a signal that something is wrong. I would also encourage friends and family to trust their hunches. Many people who are having difficulties and are what we call alexithymic, unable to express themselves with words or to share with anyone what's really wrong, may tend to self-harm as a way of relieving the pressure they feel. It's kind of like a pressure cooker or a lid on something. You take it off and everything pours out, or the person feels relief. Many people who self-harm feel empty, void of feelings, and they believe that the self-injury that they do is a way that they feel relief, because they can feel something then, they can feel pain. The greatest prevention for self-harm is noticing that it's going on with the person and helping them get professional help. It's a sign Self-harm is a sign that something is seriously wrong. It's not the time to criticize or to blame or to put more pressure on the person. It's the time to be a good friend, it's the time to be empathic, and it's the time to also seek professional assistance. It's a sign that something's going on that's really difficult for the person. It's often the sign that an eating disorder may appear soon, and it could also be a sign that something else is happening, such as emotional, physical, or sexual abuse. I would like you to have hope that if you are self-harming, that you can find other ways to help yourself feel pressure that are healthier and that don't give you the illusion that you're in control when you're not. There's a lot of help and a lot of ways that